I'm on day number 5, eating only watermelon. It's actually been very easy. It hasn't been much of a challenge. Not as challenging as I expected it to be. Um, I haven't had a ton of bowel movements, which is something I was kind of expecting, but it's always different with these fruit challenges. And before this, I was eating some cooked food. So I was fully raw for almost 6 months. And then I decided, you know what? I want some rice. So I went and got some rice, ate it. And then that kind of triggered the cravings to eat more cooked food. And that's how that went down. Despite that, I stayed high raw the entire time. Like, I mostly ate raw foods, and I would have cooked foods sometimes. But I had to stop because my endometriosis symptoms started re-triggering. Yeah. It triggered my endometriosis, or the flare-ups. I started to get inflammation in my abdominal, my pelvic area. And after periods, they were heavy. They were getting kind of long. And I was starting to spot after periods. Like, there was never a time where I couldn't wear a pad or panty liners or something. So based on my experience, I'm not going backwards. I had to actually listen to my body and make an executive decision and truly face and fight the addiction to, the salty cooked food, like the salt-laced processed vegan foods, or even when I was eating whole food, plant-based, like, it doesn't taste good if it doesn't have a little bit of salt on it. And salt is really what is salt is what makes food addictive. Like, literally, salt is what makes food addictive. So, like, there's no reason for me to eat it if I have to put salt on it to enhance the flavor of it to actually enjoy the food. But the salt just makes me hungry and dehydrated, and then it has an adverse effect on my health, and it makes me overeat, and then it just makes me only want to have cooked food. So, like, what's the point of being self-destructive and going backwards? And you know what? I probably would have allowed myself to go down that rabbit hole if my body didn't start responding or reacting to the switch up. And as soon as I got back on the fruits, like, I haven't even eaten vegetables, raw vegetables. I have only eaten fruit. 100% fruit for like almost 3 weeks now. I have been eating only watermelon, mono eating on watermelon since the 1st of this month. But prior to that, I was all fruit for probably like a week or two. I did not keep track of the day I started. All I know is that I randomly started because I could just see the writing on the wall. Plus, I was starting to get depressed again and, like, go back down that mental slump. Like, I have way too much going on in my life right now to be operating off of depression. I can't be like a high functioning depressed person right now. Like, I was in a good mood, generally, like, positive and peaceful disposition when I had my dietary choices in line, like when I was doing what I was supposed to do. So going backwards at this point ain't an option. It's not. Like, I had to go through that, though. I had to experience that. I had like maybe almost 2 months where I was, I would say high raw. I was still eating living food. I still had like this inherent desire to put living food in my body. Like, I would always get up and still have fruit first thing. And it wasn't like I was overtly eating terrible food. In fact, I was fasting a lot, like intermittent fasting, working, like, not, like, just trying to, like, not even eat that much, especially if I was going to eat cooked. And And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. That's not disordered thinking or disordered eating. If anything, people eat way too much. We eat way more than our body needs or requires, and which is why people are like so large. They're gluttonous. You know, they eat too much, too many times a day. Like, it's okay to skip a meal or two. As long as you're getting some nutrients in your body, that's all that matters. The problem is that people think they're getting nutrients just because they're eating, when they're really just eating empty calories. You're not getting any nutrients from what you're eating. You're overfed and undernourished, and then they have a problem with how we eat, when everything that we eat literally is just packed with nourishment, packed with vitamins, minerals. It has everything that we need. If you want vitamin C, you eat something that is high in vitamin C, and you eat it in food form, and your body can actually utilize it. Your cells actually consume it and use it, right? Like an orange, like kiwi. You know, you get the actual supplement from the food source instead of from this like isolated supplement pill that was like synthetically created in a laboratory. And like, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm not saying to not supplement at all. I'm just saying that it doesn't make sense to eat like crap and then try to supplement eating well with little vitamin pills. It's just stupid. But my advice to people on this journey, whether you're starting or whether you've been doing this for a while, like, be careful of like retoxing after detoxing. But you know what? Like, I had to go through this. Like, these are the things we have to go through. Like, the experiences are what evolves us. At the end of the day, like, if I didn't start experimenting with eating cooked food again, the kind of cooked food I was eating was like, I started off with like whole food, plant-based cooked foods. Those foods really didn't trigger anything, for the most part. But I don't know. Because there were times where I would like get really busy and be super hungry and unprepared and like go to Chipotle and have like, you know, a rice and bean burrito. And I'm not saying like that's terrible for you. I don't know. But like, all I know is that once I started allowing myself to have a little bit of this, I started getting lenient about eating a little bit of that. It became like this. I hit the F it button. The F it button. You know, the uck it button. I hit it. I started emotionally eating more and more incrementally, and it's addictive. Literally, we have to look at that food like it's drugs, because it is drugs. Formulated to make us want to overeat, especially if it has salt in it. Salt is a drug and it's a poison. It's not good for us. I'm not talking about sodium. I'm talking about sodium chloride, table salt, which is something that they lace in almost damn near every single food product that is commercially consumed. My bad. But we got to do better. I had to do better, and I'm doing better. I'm on day 5 of my watermelon washout. This is actually so much easier than I anticipated. It's so easy. Like, I know what I'm eating every day. I go to the grocery store once every 3 days, 3 or 4 days. I don't even eat a whole watermelon all the time. Like, it's so filling, and it's so crazy how your body adapts to what you put inside of it. And it's so easy on the digestive system. Like, I'm so light and I'm so energetic, and I'm not even having really a lot of detox. I am expelling some mucus, but I'm only on day 5. I can only imagine it's gonna get progressively more of a detox experience as time goes on with this, because like I said, I started incorporating some processed cooked foods. It's only a matter of time, in my opinion. But I don't want to drag this on and make this too long. I just wanted to talk about my experience. I'm on day 5. I'll keep you guys updated. I am packing because I am moving for July 1st. I'm getting that all ready. I just rather get it done. I actually have to be out of here by the 15th though. but I moved into my new apartment. Anyways, I hope you guys like this update. I love you guys.